What's up, y'all? Brand Panda Gamers here. Welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And now we're about to head to the trial. After the first investigation, which we met Guy Eldoon, and Phoenix is at the hospital from a car accident, and found a bunch of panties. And also met Hottie, aka who is now Hickfield. So yeah, and also Emma Sky. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to the trial. Also, guys, forgive me if I'm not thinking straight, because I just woke up and I only had like a few hours of sleep because there was a thunderstorm here, and because of that, I couldn't sleep well due to its noise, and I couldn't go back to sleep. That woke me up around 4 a.m. But yeah, also before we start this, I just wanna talk about, at least the time I'm recording. I just want to talk about like what happened in FNAF Security Breach trailer. And also, I'm aware of FNAF Plus as well. Like, I'm already hyped for those. FNAF Security Breach, and most especially, like, what caught my interest in most is this part of the scene, and also the jump scare. Because, wow, that, I actually don't know what to expect from Security Breach. It feels a little different. Also, what caught my interest is like the little thing in the top left that was crawling. I actually don't know what that was. So yeah, but anyways, I'm hyped for those things. But anyways, that's not the point of this. That's not the point of this one. Let's just go ahead and go now. Okay, well, let's just head on. 69:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, Mr. Wright not here today. He seen his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday? Yeah, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Ooh, do something now. I want to see. Here. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. I sound more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying. I don't know who this is. Oh, walkie-talkie. Good morning. Yo, what's up? I actually don't know I forgot what voice I gave him. Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sound like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real time to talk with a client. Or with my client. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Talkie. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, you. Ready to rock and roll, her Judge. It's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, Ja. To see, I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, her Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, Ja. How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? Nani? It was worth canceling a show too. Understood. You may give your opening statement to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is the court of law. There's no way to get the crowd jumping here, Judge. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. So, baby, today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. Actually, that reminds me. What evidence do we have right now? Okay. You. Like, oh, you're 20. You're... okay. But we have like the same amount of evidence as the same amount of people profiles. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was the doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe. You will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? If you like to glare at anyone, Her Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. This crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. What the heck? 9, not yet. Well, I guess Phoenix did say that he was like a rock and roll, god something, I don't know. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Her Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant is particularly requested to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe I said. What? What is right? You always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sound like he got you good, huh, Polly? Why you gotta call me Polly? Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant Walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You stepped to a Kentucky, you better be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you better be prepared to step into jail. Gotta hand it to him, Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. This is totally witness testimony, because he totally witnessed. Whatever. I'll tell you one thing, the doctor was a quacker. No one had to show him what's what. I was in the clinic about half a year ago. He messed up. He did something bad. And then he just let me go without a word. See you later, bye. Or I gotta go and get another doctor to pack me up again. That was the day I figured out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? I need to start breathing. You're saying you are one of the victim's patients? Stuff go down when you're keeping it real on the street, true that. I'll tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well, the defendant may begin the cross-examination. This is the first time I'm hearing about all this. Tell me about it. Okay, so someone had to show me what's what. I was in the clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my OP something bad. What is it? fucking heck. Okay, there we go. So you were a patient at the Murata Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you claim precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with a rival family. That's when I pulled the jack move. Oh god. And ran into an ambush. She busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting. And ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Murata Clinic from there? Apparently he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart? Is he still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. I don't think anyone does. The bullet stopped just short and what's up, you know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack dog. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure? I ain't all of it, Holmes. Oh, okay, well. You just let me go without a word. See you later, bye. Hold it! What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though her doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a better G than me. Oh, okay. I gotta go and get another doctor to pass me up again. Hold it! So, this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Or, I don't know what it said there. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, G-Man? J-Man? We're... I almost said G-Man. Some people may know what that is. We're no accident, that's for shizzle. Oh, what? It seems that there were issues with his doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. Family health checkup? That was the wackiest thing of all. All for she lining up taking eye exams and all that. But dying then, young then, fade away, go away, blah. A relief to hear. Eh? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? The bullet you carry so close to your heart is not attended to immediately. It could kill you. What? Yes, her Dr. Miraculous had knowledge concerning the ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No, wait, that's whack. There is proof. Your checkup report. Okay. Document? How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of you helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up, Cha. Time to hear from the witness. Why can you hear it quiet all of a sudden? I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's tragedy? Tell me about it. What the? Is he a graduation student? So, you will tell us your name and occupation. Well, my name is Wesley Stickler. I don't know what voice to get on. I'm probably gonna use my normal voice on him. My occupation, I take it. Oh, come on! It's one of those talking things again. I'm not pressing anything. It's literally going by itself. But which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, hoping my... Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at the hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You asked quite simplistically. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this as evidence. Oh boy. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you just staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. He might be the person I'm thinking about right now. I'm not gonna say it. Just for people who want to play along. Okay, the night I passed him and I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. How are you sure about that? How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark. Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier. Huh? You see, in class, I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Who cares? Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes. And this relates to your testimony, how? I mentioned this to illustrate my predisposition, which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is hard imitatable fact. He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. Okay, well, in his hand, it was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front square in the forehead. Let me see. Fingerprint powder, mirror. Wait, single bullet to the right temple? I'm sorry, but there's not a square in the forehead. Objection! Whew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Her Justice? Huh? Oh, objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Hollow, pace yourself. This trial not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. Problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead. Did you not? I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple. Really, Mr. Justice. Yes. Was your objection to these Krypton particle things? This is the big time, and you're obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the defendant was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally.
Objection!
Objection? Her justice. Oh, her justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifle. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? It's Phoenix Wright, was it? I was about to say, he's talking about Phoenix Wright before he said that, but oh well. Nani? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Yeah. Hey, her forehead. Forehead? Let's imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, her forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream ee. And you, her Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! The victim turned his head at the last moment. Oh. Ah, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Jesus at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Onto the pistol's side, he fled from the scene. I see, so you attempted to stop the crime? Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shot like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let's consider the new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness' direction. Huh. If the killer were to have fired at just a moment, and you can see the bullet would have struck the right temple as in the report. Well, there goes my contradiction again. It does seem to be the case. But it's the power of a junior of Ivy University Department of Science. Oh, I just realized what he's a student of. Ivy University. That's the same school that Phoenix went to and Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. See, just at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Something smells I don't know, but I feel like there's a contradiction in this statement. Weapon left at the crime scene, 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped? What? No fingerprints? Whoa, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry, I can handle myself around guns. Magic guns, at least, the ones that pigeons come out of. Very reassuring. Those are like ballistic markings, I believe. Okay, well, there's no fingerprints, so he tossed a pistol. I'm gonna try this, but this may not work, so... Objection! Okay, well, I misclicked. Wait a second. Tis, another misleading request? Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse. You can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second? 1/16th of a minute? There's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, how can I guess I can't complain him because some people are being literal when they ever say, wait a second. Yes, Your Honor. I want to understand your objecting to the lens of the second. Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. A common ploy made all the what I fear by criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. Okay, there we go. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for print. Nani? The little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Froley? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Can't hear anything of that, Paulo. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer happen to wearing gloves? No way. We have proof. I know what it is. The breaker of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. Fingerprints were white, which means some trace of print remain, which contradicts your testimony. If everything had happened, say it did, as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant. He threw down the murder weapon from his hand and fled. And his pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, her forehead? Any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Wonky drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Wonky threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard though to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it could be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that what shut up! What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throwing something. The killer throws something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if he did throw the pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. I want that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? The knife. His prints are on it. Take that! Is that a sword? I saw one of those on a late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proved two important things. Got that backwards. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, her forehead? You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Wakitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. The underestimated Gavin is a lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. I cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor can I simply leave the scene because conscience. Or go use my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I don't think anything was contradictory there yet. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet would he have done one corner? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also now know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take the testimony down quick. I don't know, I didn't see anything contradictory, so I'm probably gonna press on all of them. Cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene of crime. Hold it! Which way did the killer run? By the time it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. Don't mean he ran in the opposite direction for the Kentucky Mansion. A tongue. Don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? Trucy. We're gonna simply leave this scene in good conscience. All day. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flat upon the lab floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. There's nothing strange about how he acted. Truly don't think she has something to say. There we go, I used my cell phone to call the police. Hold it! Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, nearly a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. There we go, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. Actually, it looks like he's going to cry. Trucy, whatever you need to say something now. Till the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Hold it! Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came, nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say I saw nothing. It was late night. It's not odd to think there would be a few people in the park. So we just stood there, watching. Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means say it. Can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, her forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit? I don't know. Trucy, whatever you need to say, just say it, but for now I have to say yes. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness' current testimony. There are any numbers of ways to explain the lack of print on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. And after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No! It seems we come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seemed that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you forehead? Her forehead? I believe this video bring the court examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie Kataki. Hold it. He. Well, what the? Truthy. Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Kataki? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. Is that Winfred Kataki? What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of her judge. Nani? I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you'll regret it. What the? Wait, how did he disappear so fast? How did the defendant lobby Apollo? What? I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. Already? Okay, no, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna continue it here. What the heck happened? What is going on? Truthy! You move quick, Apollo. Good show. Truthy, what the heck? Truthy, you're okay. I thought... Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else. What? What? Ah, what the heck is that? Surprise? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. So Truthy, that was all you? That was not... So that was actually not the Kataki, that was just your Mr. Hat person. You look... Oh my god, this is one of your magic tricks. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you, Truthy? There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now's not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares the verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Truthy, no more stage abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know what a witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the time when there was a contradiction in his witness testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction? Oh, I think I might know what she means. Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were two things when he made statements he wasn't confident in. But each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol. But it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how did that help us? Did you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. Oh, this might be the new power that Apollo's supposed to do. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Yup. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol. His fingers got all tense, and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I can see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. So is that how you knew about the freaking card in the first trial? Or in the first episode? I mean, then again, part 2 was not out, so again, if you guys are curious to know what that means, then just watch other people's gameplay of that part at least. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? Not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hand or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. And he's quite good at poker, after all. I'm not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated, but what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony, perceive the truth. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? Oh god, I don't know why I gagged. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Nani? Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo. Yeah, that other power. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feeling. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh? Mr. Wright not here today? His old foot injury was acting up. Yeah, he smiled when he said he'd be fine as long as you're there, Teresa. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo. You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. What about Mr. Hat? Try to cover Mr. Hat as best you can. Oh, because he was the one that was threatening Trucy, but in reality, Trucy was just acting. I just blew him from the coast, and boy, are my arms tired. Right. Oh boy. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an Alcor settlement, right? Perhaps Frawley would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? You're digging onto me. She would stop being so cool. Elizabeth would instead get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right, the defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something. There was no issue with the witness' previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. I think that means I gotta be careful which one I press. Don't forget Apollo. When he gets sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. Okay. I cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor can I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Yeah, you said this already. I'm not gonna repeat it. Just get to the point already. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says. My eyes see his expression. Do I ever have to do something more? What others than do it? What the? What's this? My bracelet? Oh yeah, here's the power. What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. Cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Or could I simply leave the scene in good conscience? Or I'll use my cell phone to call the police. Hold it! So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo. This has to be it. Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he had the habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had the book he opened was here. Which means this is a place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Now what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about. You're talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet as it reacts to the testimony. Oh, I have to touch it up here. What the? What's going on? I can see the witness' face, his expression so clearly. It is filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look for Mr. Tickler's twitch, his habit, you remember it, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddled with a page of his book. You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness' face. And your eyes are sort of backing out. I'll bet they are. First, move your focus attention to Mr. Tickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right, I can only see his face like this. Time to changing my viewpoint. Okay, there we go. Perfect, now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus, then watch for his habit. Right, you mean when he fiddled with the page. That's right, that's your signal to look closer to perceive. Find his weak spot and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. Don't worry, if you miss it, you can always try again. Right, look out, nervous twitch, here comes justice. Wait. Yep, it's right there. Gotcha! Okay, interesting. Interesting mechanic. I saw it just now. I could see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? All this banging of death, it's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Tickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? Ask to see his cell phone? Ask what model phone? Ask for his number. Ask for his number? Mr. Tickler, tell me your phone number. Why? Whatever for? Why not? You have something against making friends? What does this witness' cell phone number have to do with this case? Absolutely nothing. This is an invasion of privacy. Seeing your grimace like that makes me wonder about your cell phone too. The witness will present his cell phone number to the court. Wow, Judge. Wow. Trucy, do you have your cell phone? Sure do. Try dialing the number that he gives us. You want me to call Mr. Tickler's phone? Whose phone? This is all highly irregular. Hey, my pocket's ringing. Wait, this is a phone from yesterday. Oh, this was his phone. Why is it pink, though? Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath his tire. If the car moved, it would sure be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. Apparently it doesn't. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Nani? Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my assistant's hand? Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus? Why, that's where the victim lived. Yeah, that's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? It's true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate with startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. Next to Mr. Wright's office? That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. But that's ridiculous. That made it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. I thought I was trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise some considerable suspicion of the connection with the crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence I can do, though? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Yes. Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, her forehead. Hit it. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. The evidence that proved the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. The mirror. I think. Hopefully. It could be the mirror, I don't know. Take that. That's a side view mirror? As it so happened, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident. That took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian. What are you saying? On the absence of a mirror, it cleared that the car was parked after the accident. Which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as suspect in the murder of Paul Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's a face of guilt. Somehow I don't think he is a killer, but maybe he is guilty of something. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness a crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. Hold on, guys. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in the garage. Yes, but as you can see, my model of cell phone has an effect. It is given to roll. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during the testimony. The Reverend Hammond must not be acting up. Yeah, I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. I guess a normal cross-examination. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. Oh my god, my bracelet is already showing up there, though. At night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all clear as day. All day! This part of the testimony is the key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? I'll ask him about the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the science, acute observation and unhealthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I couldn't even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle. Yes, that was it. Remembering something quite well. It sure took you a while to tell us. Thank you for telling us that noodle stand sells noodles very lightly. Well, Mr. Justice, what about that sign? Could that be important? Actually, yeah. So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle? It appears the defendant has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sounds, it can't match up to the Ivy University's cafeteria. Some imply that it's going merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. You remember the sign on the stand? The victim was pulling it. It said noodle. But it says Eldoon, not noodle. Actually, I just realized Eldoon is noodles backwards. Huh. Oh well, I'll just go ahead and say objection! And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week, my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. It reads, without a doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? You were claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing there. Here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldoons. Inconceivable. Certainly it was definitely noodle for sure. Positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to the conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle. But he saw it wrong or he saw it right. Maybe he saw it right. Maybe he read it from the other side. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read that way Mr. Stickler claimed? What? Mr. Justice, show us a spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from from this location. He would have viewed it from the other side, right here. Take that! The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When you viewed it from the south, the sign on the stand reads elders, as we know. However... Aha! Observe the other side of the stand. Oh, the side says noodles. Exactly, the name of the stand is split between the front and back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the power, not the south. Yow! You got me. Objection! So what? So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before? Though to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. The killer and the victim are facing each other. Then at the moment, the killer raises his weapon. Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turned his head to look. And the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Oh, I think I might know what he could be guilty of. Completely, if Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, it will be on his left temple. The bullet would have to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at the K point couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So, now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, that wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you're absolutely correct, Fraulein. What meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North? Ah. That's where the victim witnessed, Wesley Stickler, was standing. Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Yeah. Order! Wow, that apple didn't fall far from the tree. She put this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Well, she is the daughter of Phoenix Wright, the legendary defense attorney. Objection! What the? Clarify 1 point for me, if you would, her forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as a real killer. No, please, look aside. I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are we going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accuse of murder, accuse of another crime, no accusation. I'm accusing him of another crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler was the killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. And plus, Trucy said that she saw that she saw him before. And I think I know what he's guilty of. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now. The word confession is in my dictionary. Tis, her forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to litigate her Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing this witness just now. For a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. Yeah, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? There it is. The court's all alive, Mr. Justice. Show us the points of the witness involvement. He was the real panty snatcher. Let's start it by trustees. Take that! The evidence is this. What is that? Woman's underwear? Not gonna lie, this feels a little weird presenting this as evidence. Hey, those are mine. Well? Any day now. Yo, look at me. Don't look at me like that. Order. Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seemed by the gorilla theory there. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than in the miraculous clinic garage. Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence from his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching into the first degree. Please hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Oh, what is it then? Order. Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it... Jeez, oh gosh. Ugh. Man, the fact that you look like you're about to graduate or something. So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you're not aware that my school name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant. See? Your point? I'm not done. Now, I'm a major in the science department. And what's a science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the Ivy University Science Department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting. And what greater challenge to solve home mystery? Objection! Come on, you're talking about girls' panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friend, when it comes to to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was a tire, then a stew pot and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience in the Wonder Bar. Huh? It's not my magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you sold this girl's panties to understand the magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder, there has been a recent rash of panty snatching in the area. Were they all you? I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties, will you please? Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You refer to our witness' other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest, Her Forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you did not accuse the witness of murder? Nani? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo? There's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a... Yes, I know what you mean. Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location? The other one? I guess? The bloomers? Take that! The evidence that shows why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket or forehead? Wait. These are last, honest. This is such a weird trial, but at the same time I like it. These were found in the trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mrs. Tickler, you did it? Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Miraculous Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Did you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl was, I went toward the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on their clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. A murder of Dr. Maractus? I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one had to be born. One that had to be born. Fascinating. It's a disturbing tale. What is this trial about panties now? I believe this brings today's proceeding to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss his witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant Waki Kitaki is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect in fact, assuming there was no one else at the scene of the crime, yet a mystery still remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Ja, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. Alright, that was quite something. I don't know how I feel about sharing panties. Alright, now we're in the investigation. Okay, no thank you. I'll talk about later. The Right Anything Agency, just get me out of here, please. I'm done here. See ya. Thank you. Okay, that was quite interesting. And now we know about Paul's power comes from the bracelet of whenever someone's doing a little twitch or something that makes them nervous, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was it, guys. For this part, at least. So yeah, hope this recording went well and all that stuff, and yeah, so anyways. Thank you all for watching, hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll stay tuned for the investigation, I guess. I don't know who's accused now. Something tells me it might be Guy Eldun who could be the possible killer. Because there's like a motive of him killing him because he stole the noodle stand. But at the same time, he would have brought the noodle stand back already, so I have no idea how to unless there's something that unless there's more than meets the eye, then I don't know. For now, I might accuse a Guy Eldun, depending. I don't know. It depends who the witness is. I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next part of the investigation. Also, yeah, about FNAF Plus and FNAF Security Breach, can't wait for those. I'll definitely do recordings or live streams of them, depending where it happens. Actually, no, recording, because they're going to come out first on PS4, and which I have, luckily, and I know how to record. So don't worry, guys. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Peace out.